Have you ever felt so frustrated with failure that you wanted to give up? Imagine standing in the desert, watching your dreams go up in flames, only to rise stronger than ever. This is the untold story of how Elon Musk turned disaster into triumph, proving that even in ashes, greatness can be reborn. If this story inspired you, imagine what's coming next. Subscribe to our channel for more incredible tales of resilience, innovation, and the moments that changed history. Don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who needs a spark of inspiration today. Together, let's keep the fire of ambition alive. The desert air was sharp and dry, the kind that made your skin crack and your nerves itch. A lone garage stood in the middle of nowhere, its metal doors rattling in the wind. Inside, Elon Musk paced like a caged animal. His face was a mixture of brilliance and exhaustion, his mind juggling the weight of revolutionizing transportation while grappling with the shortcomings of his latest creation. In the center of the garage sat the prototype, a sleek electric car that was supposed to change the world. Sleek, but stubborn. The car, nicknamed Zephyr 1, had been under development for months, a Frankenstein's monster of lithium-ion batteries, regenerative braking systems, and Musk's endless obsession with perfection. The world had no idea this prototype existed yet, and Musk was beginning to wonder if it ever should. For weeks, Zephyr 1 had refused to cooperate. Its software glitched unpredictably, its range was laughably short, and the regenerative braking system seemed to have a mind of its own, lurching the car forward like a bucking bronco. And today, during a test drive, it had simply died in the middle of the Mojave Desert, leaving Musk stranded and seething in the sweltering heat. Back in the garage, Musk stared at the car as if it had personally insulted him. "You're supposed to be the future," he muttered, pacing again. The engineers had tried to calm him down earlier, offering explanations about the limitations of current battery technology and unforeseen software bugs. But explanations weren't solutions, and Musk was a man who thrived on solutions. He grabbed a wrench and approached the car, as if brute force could fix what algorithms and engineering couldn't. He popped open the hood and stared at the intricate web of wires and circuits. His frustration boiled over. "You think you can beat me?" he growled at the machine. "I built you." The wrench slipped from his hand, clattering onto the concrete floor. Musk took a step back, breathing heavily. He glanced around the garage, his eyes landing on a canister of gasoline in the corner. A dangerous idea sparked in his mind. "Fine," he said aloud. "If you won't work, you won't exist." He dragged the canister over, unscrewed the cap, and began pouring gasoline over Zephyr 1. The liquid hissed as it splashed onto the car's pristine surface. He hesitated for a moment, the weight of his actions catching up to him. But frustration was a powerful motivator, and in that moment, Musk felt like a phoenix must feel, ready to burn everything down to rise anew. He pulled a lighter from his pocket, a leftover from his younger days. With a flick, the flame roared to life. Without a second thought, he dropped the lighter onto the car. The fire spread quickly, engulfing Zephyr 1 in a ferocious blaze. Musk stood back, the heat washing over him. His heart raced, but a strange sense of relief began to creep in. This was catharsis, a fiery farewell to failure. As the flames consumed the car, Musk's mind began to clear. He realized that this wasn't the end, but a new beginning. He'd learned more from Zephyr 1's flaws than he ever could have from its successes. Failure wasn't a dead end. It was a detour. When the fire finally died down, all that remained of Zephyr 1 was a charred skeleton of metal and ash. Musk turned and walked out of the garage, his silhouette framed by the smoldering wreckage. His mind was already racing with ideas for the next prototype. Sometimes, to change the world, you had to burn a little brighter, even if that meant starting from ashes. The next morning, Elon returned to his team with a renewed sense of purpose. "We're starting over," he declared, his voice firm. "But this time, we're doing it better. Smarter." The engineers exchanged hesitant glances, uncertain about the abrupt shift. But they knew Musk's relentless drive was the engine behind their mission. Together, they began dismantling the lessons from Zephyr 1's failures. First, Musk invested heavily in research. He secured partnerships with emerging battery technology firms, pushing the boundaries of energy density and efficiency. He hired top software engineers, ensuring the new car systems would be more intuitive and reliable. Design became a priority too. Musk believed a car could only change the world if people wanted to drive it. Weeks turned into months and months into a year. The garage that once held the ashes of failure now buzzed with life. Engineers worked around the clock, prototypes came and went, and each iteration brought them closer to perfection. Finally, the day arrived. The new car, dubbed Model E, rolled out of the workshop, gleaming under the Californian sun. It was a masterpiece, aerodynamic, efficient, and equipped with cutting-edge technology. The battery offered an unprecedented range, the software was seamless, and the design turned heads everywhere it went. Musk sat behind the wheel for the first test drive. As the car glided silently onto the road, he felt a surge of pride. Every bump, every glitch, every sleepless night had led to this moment. Model E performed flawlessly during the test. It wasn't just a car, it was a statement, proof that electric vehicles could be powerful, reliable, and desirable. Fame and success. When the Model E was unveiled to the world, it was an instant sensation. Critics hailed it as the car of the future. Orders flooded in from across the globe. The automotive industry, once skeptical of electric vehicles, now scrambled to catch up. Musk's vision for a sustainable future was finally within reach. The success of Model E wasn't just a personal victory, it was a revolution. It set the stage for Tesla's rise as a leader in the electric vehicle market, inspiring a wave of innovation and a global shift towards renewable energy. Years later, Musk would recount the story of Zephyr 1 during interviews. He would laugh about the night he burned it in frustration, calling it a fiery lesson in humility. But he always emphasized the importance of failure in the pursuit of greatness. Sometimes, he'd say, "You have to burn away the old to make room for something extraordinary." And extraordinary it was. The world had changed because of Musk's relentless determination to keep going, even when his first attempt ended in flames.